Perhaps a few bigger names in there to just make sure they drive it along with that middle part of the race. But they're capable, these men. And 1500-meter running is in a great place on both the men's and the women's side, of course. We must not forget that 4:01 winning time from Ava Lloyd earlier on.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting point you make there, Matt, about, you know, the direction of travel with the changes in, you know, world ranking points, how athletes are going to be qualifying for standards, how we're going to be achieving standards and qualifying for games. I think it is really, really important that we do almost have this, you know, this culture shift in the UK, that when we are putting on these meets, and if we do get them, you know, world label events as well, we're going to need that, because you know, we don't really have any, but we're going to need that anyway. But we'd like to see that culture shift amongst the athletes as well. And then, yeah, I think naturally the times will then come down the line from there, the 3:32s, the 3:33s at these meetings, because the potential's certainly there. And if we get the conditions, well, then, you know, the quality of the athletes could deliver that.
They really can. Right. Final 1500-meter race of the night. Then we have 3 3,000-meter races, women's A and then men's A and B races. But here we go. One more time. 3 3/4 laps of the track. Tom Randolph is back after his 800-meter race earlier on, and he's going to pace these men. And we'll have a little look at the field. Evan Savage, his brother, took a nasty fall earlier on in that men's A race. So he'll certainly want to stay on his feet to make for a happy trip back up north to Manchester. Sam Hopkins is in here. Gage Miners, Kramer, Paul, Roberts Glazers, Zach Dunn, Gianluca Mastro Leonardo, the Love Platoon, City of York man, Ian Crow Wright, Jacob Harrell, Adam Brown, Oscar Bell, Matt De Haas and Pablo Bocello of Spain coming over alongside Ignacio Fontes, who we saw a little bit earlier on as well. So Matt De Haas of the Netherlands is the man in behind Randolph, who seems content just to get on the rail and string things out, and the rest of them pretty much finding the rail early on as well. Jacob Harrell, a youngster from Chelmsford, just sitting dead centre, middle of this pack in that Chelmsford yellow vest that is so recognisable for us commentators, which is great. And a small gap opening. Savage just not willing to cover this move, so a few just waking up. Oscar Bell is the tall figure in the red vest of Hearts Phoenix, again just been PBing year after year after year, and now finds himself with some very, very credible times. He's a sub 8 minute runner over 3,000. He's a 3:42 performer over 1,500 meters as well. The 600 in, and they're bang on 128, 129 tempo. They're all heading for a lifetime best if they can keep this sort of rhythm going.
Absolutely, and Haas doesn't look to be too uncomfortable leading, actually. I know he's tucked in behind the pacemaker, but no issues there with him getting onto that. And it is Bocello of Spain in there in second place, just happy to sit off Haas in that one. And then we've got 194 Adam Brown from Aberdeen, a long trip down from Scotland way down south for this 1500 metres, so he's going to certainly make this one count. They were looking for 159 through 800 metres. You can see there where Randolph is. He's going to hit that mark certainly. They're bang on the blue lights, and Haas happy to just sit on the shoulder with this one here. I mean, he doesn't really have a choice because he is going to be the man leading this one, but Haas out on the front now. Now Haas has got some decisions to make with about 550 to go here. Does he start to push on now? Does he start to squeeze it? Or does he wait for the athletes in the pack behind to start waking up and come on his shoulder, make them burn a little bit of energy? But Haas, as we head down the home straight, Bocello happy to just sit in second place, and it is Oscar Bell making a move. The man who's certainly been in form for this one now heads onto the shoulder of first place, Matt, and it's shaping up to be a good one with about 350 metres left.
It absolutely is. Ian Crow Wright is the fastest on paper. Now, he sits in about 6th position. He'll have a big close, Ian Crow Wright. He's another man who's had a torrid time with injuries over the last couple of years, getting back to his best. But look at the yards Brown stolen on the rest of the field. Bocello finally wakes up. He's been content with an inch of this race until hopefully what he will think those final few yards. Jacob Harrell of Chelmsford closing hard as well in a yellow vest, looking to make a long run for home to try and close that gap on Brown, who perhaps is just paying the price for that bold move with 300 meters to run. Brown hanging on in there. Harrell in behind him. The Spaniard Porcello in third. And it is going to be Adam Brown. He kicks again. And that is a thorn in the side of Harrell. He can't respond. Brown is going to take it. The final 1500 of the evening. 3:41.27. And that's a 2-second lifetime best. Unofficially. And I think he's pulled a few men to a big PB out there as well. Harrell's PB before this, 3:46. He smashed that himself in second place. Great running. And I don't know what the PB count is, but I remember 12 months ago, the PB count here at the St. Mary's meeting. On that occasion, it was a record breaker on a Wednesday night, and it was close to a 70% PB rating that night, and I think we must be getting close to that because we've called many, especially the winners. We've called a bunch of PBs tonight here, Rich, and that was another 1, 2, 3, and so on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at the performance there from Brown. Obviously, a lot of travel, a lot of energy gone into this one, so he's going to make a count when he's here. But a 3:43 man at his best before that, but season's best-wise, 3:46.9 before tonight's race. That is a huge, huge chunk he's taken, one off his personal best, but also the season's best. So it just shows that there's certainly something in the air down at that track tonight, because like you rightly said, Matt, the PBs that they've been coming thick and fast in this event.
Yeah.
And that does close off the 1500 meter section. But go on, Matt, what were you going to say?